I'm architect Prashant from Mumbai. Uh, I founded Studio Arohn in 2023, and the basics that we follow in Studio Arohn is more towards experiential learning and experiential space planning. So, to answer this question, it is from the school time actually. Uh, we had art lectures, art section. It started from that only, like repeating the art, like किसी का artwork देख के उसको ही repeat करना है, उसको ही mimic करना है. It started from that, and over the period of time, then we had this uh, art sessions where our teachers used to uh, like take us out, and they used to like draw, like they used to make us draw some natural things which were like surrounding our school, from where I actually got to know about the movement of the things, like the natural things like leaves, how shadow travels from the leaves, textures, everything. And I think all these small things, those matters when you actually talk about the art. Uh, the scenario is that when I was in the school, all these natural things we were just observing, all kids, uh, but we didn't know okay, how to use those things in actual art. Then when we visited some of the art galleries, that time it strikes that, oh, it is relating with the natural things that we have already observed, and then actually we could relate to the artwork that we have seen in the gallery. So it's like an experience that you have already taken, and now you are relating it with the artwork that the person who has produced that artwork. So I think that was the like kickstart of my like looking at art in a different perspective with the natural or the experiential that I had said, experiential quality or the things. Uh, I think art is a very essential part of any interior or architect. Like before interior and architecture, because architecture just frames the space. Interior is more like a functional thing, but art, I feel, it puts soul into that space. So, if I'm talking about architecture, architecture can give you the layout where an interior designer or an architect who is designing the space, he can play with the elements, but art is the thing which he could actually imagine, or if he is looking at someone's art, he can imagine that particular space on the basis of that artwork. So that artwork actually uplifts the space. When we talk about the spaces, for example, some narrow spaces or some shady spaces, people might see that कि ये बहुत narrow है, it's a acute angle space, but once you put some artwork, it can be anything like an installation or a painting, it like suddenly it transfers that space into a different experience, and it can be a visual treat to that particular space. Like even if you are just passing by that space, you could actually see कि अरे ये कॉर्नर जो है इतना एनहांस करके रखा हुआ है जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वन पर्टिकुलर आर्ट वर्क. One of the project that I did in Paint Chitrakutir, it's in Maharashtra, Whispers of Fabric. That installation is basically a hand wash. Okay. In Chitrakutir, there are bungalows which are very designer, exposed brickwork kind of thing, and different architects have worked there. And in a designer setup of bungalows, this particular small installation is an art piece there. So the installation was done for the art festival, which like every year it happens there, and the theme was fabric. So to like from taking the fabric into the consideration, I did that installation in a way of a flow, the fabric, like the way fabric flows, it was like that. And to that installation, basically it was made in ferro cement. So the folds, like how fabric folds, all those folds were like mimicked into that particular installation, and it was enhanced with mosaic tiles, which were like colored tiles pieces, just to say that even in a bright red environment, this installation is actually inserting some colors. Even it is a wash basin thing, when you are approaching that particular installation or when you are going there for hand wash, you should feel that those colors. Or otherwise we see wash basins are white in color and we don't appreciate that, right? But if you are like going for an hand wash and you are seeing that the particular wash basin is kept on something which is very colorful, a joyful thing, automatically a smile comes to your face, right? So that was an intention, that into the designed scenario, a simple sober fabric design is actually making you smile. So I feel art is that like any art, it has that quality that can like evoke your senses and make you feel or make you uh, experience that particular aura or the space. So yeah, this is very common thing actually. Like every client is different, with a different mindset actually. So according to the project, we have to consider like whether we are going for like framed artwork or any sculpture or a kind of a print maybe. So since when I'm working, I am actually prioritizing for the handwork, uh, which is done like canvas paintings or the sculptures. Those are made by an artisans. But it is very difficult nowadays when AI is there. Also, the print media is evolved. Uh, it is little bit difficult, but not really. When you like what I do in this scenario, I actually not prioritize the money aspect of it, but the feeling of that particular artwork, like how that artwork will transform the space which is been done. And I think that evoking thing strikes, and client like he should believe what exactly you're using that artwork for. So that's how it happens. Very much actually, depending on the different kind of project, it changes. Actually, the mood of the space decides how you should select or you should approach towards an art. Like if I'm doing any commercial project, I can't be with the paintings which are very calm, like the texture is very soothing. Or if you're like looking at that particular artwork or art piece and you're like, that's it, there you should have something which is very bold, eclectic. So uh, that can like energize that space, particularly filled with light and enhancing the total approach of that space. Whereas in residential or a retreat kind of a project, there you might be having something which is very soothing, the textures which are not overpowering. Maybe the thought behind that particular artwork is not loud. Maybe it's very subtle, or it is just left to the spectator. Like you decide, whatever is done, it is done. Now you can narrate your own story looking at that particular artwork. So that is how it is actually different in scenario of sculptures as well. Some sculptures, like even it is a material consideration of that particular sculpture, it is like a stone sculpture can give you the feeling of very soft and very a soothing, eye pleasing effect. But similarly, a particular project which is or a sculpture which is done in a fabric, maybe, that can give you a rugged and rigid kind of experience, and you can actually use that particular like material artwork in a different spaces according to the design that I feel. I feel art advisor is the main person who can actually help. Reason being, they are the one who are actually in the contact with different artists, and they know how artists are very close to their artwork. They understand curators or the art person. They know how their journey is being made. Like as an architect, I might be following one artist or a sculptor, maybe someone whose work I might be seeing for one or twice. But this person, they are like following their journey, and they can actually suggest you better for your spaces. Like इसका concept ये जा रहा है, and this can be a better uh, artwork for you. And I think that can help even artists as well कि अच्छा ठीक है, इनको पता है कि कहाँ पे रेफर करना है किसी को. So yeah, he's the main person I feel. Actually, I haven't done any collaborations, but the project again in Chitrakutir that I did, it is an art studio for an well-known artist, Yashwant Deshmukh. Uh, and since he is one of my friends' father, so I have been seeing him working since very long, and looking at his work, and because of him, other artists' work. I feel that journey is very important. The process is very important, which I am following now. That like directly design नहीं हो सकता. There has to be some process to it. कुछ चीज़ें स्केचेस पे होंगी, कुछ चीज़ें उसके बाद में डेवलप होगी, शायद से कैनवास फिर से पीछे रखना पड़ेगा, नया चालू करना पड़ेगा. सिमिलरली इन डिजाइन्स, डिजाइन बन गया है बट लाइक यू आर नॉट फीलिंग कि ये नहीं है, सही नहीं है, then you have to keep it back, you start it again. So the process is very important. I have been seeing Yashwant Kaka, he is like every morning he is doing his sketches, then going back to the canvas, then coming back to the sketches. So it's a to and fro process, and that process helps you producing the artwork. Might be actual working, while actual working, it could be something very different and which is not actually imagined. But that trigger point or the igniting point is that sketch only. So the process is very important. I think I have learned that process oriented working from him and different artists actually whomever I met in my journey till now. I think yeah, that's a good point. Awareness is a very important point. Nowadays people are organizing some events and all, but very few people are like actually uh, being accessible for these events and everything. So what I feel is on a college level only, if they are okay, uh, if they are made exposed to the actual market. In college what we do is we are like doing very niche kind of things, or maybe uh, a set which is already being set with the guidelines. We are doing only that, but with that, if we can give more exposure of market, or more exposure of galleries, maybe that can help students in any field, architecture or maybe If talking about architecture or interior designers, most of the architecture and interior designing students, they don't even know who is an artist and what exactly he is producing. See, that is the problem of that curriculum, right? But if anything that is introduced, like जाओ आज 5 गैलरीज आपको जाके विजिट करके आना ही है, दैट कैन ट्रिगर देम कि अच्छा ठीक है, दिस पेंटिंग, और ये कोई बंदा है जिसका पेंटिंग मैं यूज कर पाऊंगा इस तरीके से, और ही कैन एक्चुअली गो एंड सी हाउ दैट आर्टिस्ट इज वर्किंग. That is very important. So visits is very important thing that I feel ki student visits, and from that visits the awareness can be spread.